Hello fans, welcome to Susie Health Tips. Here we shall present the 15 breakfast foods that can ruin your day. Kindly like, subscribe and turn on the notification bell to keep up with updates as we dive deeper. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. We've all heard the saying, and with good reason. Breakfast is our chance to replenish our body's fuel after 10 hours of overnight fasting while we've been asleep. Making smart decisions on what we eat in the morning can boost our energy levels, concentration, and productivity, enabling us to take on the world. Conversely, making the wrong breakfast choices may give us a quick boost, but leave us feeling sapped and sluggish by lunchtime. We may even be tempted to make further bad food choices throughout our day to compensate. Here is our rundown of the 15 worst breakfast foods that you're probably eating every day. You're going to be shocked by some of these, especially number 15. So write down 2 meals in the comment section that you think is bad for breakfast before we start. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This is a continuation of part 1, so we shall just continue from number 8 to 15 food that you need to avoid for breakfast. 8. Bacon and other processed meats. Bacon, sausages, ham and other types of processed meats might taste nice, but that's generally because of the added salts and the processing techniques used that are designed to appeal to our taste buds. Well, those of meat eaters, anyway. Processed meats are high in saturated fats, which are highly calorific. Consuming such foods can lead to health problems, including weight gain. Adding to the problem is the level of salt often found in these kinds of meats. Eating too much salt can at best make us feel thirsty and dehydrated. Plus, processed meats are linked with problems later in life with the stomach and intestines. On the plus side, bacon and sausages do provide protein, which keeps us full and sustains us for all the tasks we need to get done each morning. But a healthier breakfast option that's rich in animal protein is eggs, so opt for a couple of poached, boiled or scrambled eggs on wholemeal toast for an energizing, healthy, lower-fat breakfast. We're not saying to avoid bacon and sausage completely. If you enjoy eating them, save them for the occasional weekend breakfast and avoid consuming them every day. 9. Fast food breakfast items. Imagine the scene. You're exhausted, running late for work, and you have a big meeting to attend with no time to fix your tiredness with a healthy smoothie. Or you're actually on time for work as you have a deadline to meet, but you had a few too many drinks last night and you have a hangover. What are you going to do? Like so many of us in this situation, there's nothing for it, you have to go via the nearest fast food takeaway and grab something from there. Sausage muffins, cheese toasties, hash browns and bacon buttas, you name it, you can find it. And sure, you'll get an instant pick-me-up. But it will only be short-lived, and it might not even get you through your meeting or deadline before you feel the crash coming on. Fast food breakfasts are normally fried, processed or both, and contain high levels of saturated fats and salts, and if we add in a fizzy drink or huge juice, heavily sugar-laden, too. None of which is a healthy way to start the day, and if we make these choices early on, we're more likely to continue to make them throughout the day. 10. Sugary coffee drinks. If you need a coffee, or two, in the morning before you can function or even think about commuting or talking to a colleague, then you're not alone. Millions of us turn to the coffee pot every morning, bleary-eyed and groggy. Then ping! We're awake and ready to face the day. There's nothing inherently unhealthy with coffee. In fact, it's rich in antioxidants that help to keep the immune system healthy and can lift our mood no end. But it very much depends on how we choose to drink our coffee. If we drink extra large cups of coffee with added full-fat dairy milks, calorific nut milks, sugar and fancy syrups, then we're adding in a whole load of calories in the form of fats and sugars. If we're consuming one of these fancy coffees alongside another unhealthy breakfast choice, then we could be setting ourselves up to exceed our calorific intake for the day. But on the other extreme, if we're only consuming a black coffee for breakfast, then we're not only in a calorie deficit finding it hard to feel energized, we'll be losing out on the beneficial nutrients, fiber and protein we'd get from a balanced, healthy diet. 11. White bread and margarine. Who doesn't love some crunchy white toast dripping with melted spread? The problem with eating this regularly as a breakfast, though, is twofold. First up, white bread. White bread is made using white flour, which is flour that has been processed to remove the whole grain, brown part. In doing so, along with the whole grain, the beneficial vitamins, specifically B vitamins, are also removed. A better option is brown bread, that's made with non or minimally processed whole grain wheat, complete with its beneficial nutrients. Secondly, if our spread of choice is margarine, we could be getting more fat than we bargained for. All spreads contain some level of fat, even low-fat ones. Margarine is no different, but margarine has also been processed in order to make it easy to spread straight from the fridge. It's during this process that trans fats can be added, also known as partially hydrogenated oil. There are calls to ban trans fats since they've been called into question over their potential links to certain health issues such as problems with blood pressure and high blood sugar. In the UK, their use is being phased out, but they may still be present in imported foods. Butter, although higher in fat, is a better option since it isn't as processed and doesn't contain trans fats. But either way, keep your bread brown and your spreads to a minimum. 12. Doughnuts. Okay. So let's talk about doughnuts. Deliciously sweet, sugary, jammy doughnuts. They're great, right? But you don't need us to tell you that they're not a great breakfast choice. High in saturated fats, doughnuts are deep fried, in case you didn't know, and sugars, and pretty low in the healthy stuff such as fiber and vitamins. Doughnuts are most definitely a treat food. But the problem is, they're sold in coffee shops, and when do we most often frequent a coffee shop? That's right, at breakfast time. And they sit there, looking all lovely and round and donut-y, luring us in through the glass. If we're feeling particularly tired, stressed or emotional, then the chances are, we'll ditch the yogurt and granola we were planning on, and opt for a donut instead. Far from keeping us full until lunchtime, we'll hit that familiar sugary high after eating a donut, then crash when our blood sugar levels drop again a short time later. Lunchtime feels like hours away, and we grab a chocolate bar to keep us going. Disastrous for our healthy eating plans. So definitely keep these goodies as occasional treats. 13. Pop-Tarts. Pop-Tarts first hit our breakfast tables sometime in the 1990s in the UK, and wow, did they become popular. They're convenient, tasty and full of fun, but that's where the good stuff ends. These exciting breakfasts in one are loaded with white, processed flour, artificial colorings and sugar, lots of it, around 4 teaspoons per Pop-Tart. As adults, we might crave a nostalgic look back to our childhood when we didn't have to worry about the perils of sugar for breakfast. But opting for a Pop-Tart for breakfast, or giving them to our kids, should really only be on a very occasional basis. Starting the day with so much sugar will inevitably give us that high-octane sugar rush, followed by the even more inevitable crash where we feel lethargic and foggy-brained, craving the next sugar hit. We're then more likely to make more unhealthy choices throughout the day. But not only that. Consuming a high-sugar diet can cause health problems such as weight gain and high blood sugar levels, which can have more bad consequences further down the line. So keep the fun, artificially colored, sugary breakfast ideas, that also lack many other nutrients of any benefit to our health, to the rare treat. 14. Shop-bought smoothies. Smoothies are a great way of ensuring that we're getting a good intake of fruits and vegetables along with all their vitamins, minerals, antioxidants and other phytonutrients. The problem is, often if we buy one for convenience from a shop, the chances are, there's some form of added sugar to add sweetness that appeals to our palate. Even if this sugar is in the form of honey, agave syrup or maple syrup, it's still sugar, it's still adding unnecessary calories and it's still not adding any other nutritional value. So the answer is, to make your own. Which may be easier than you think. You'll just need to invest in a blender or specialist smoothie make like a NutriBullet. As a general rule, you'll need liquid as a base, so water, cow's milk or a dairy-free alternative such as oat milk or protein-rich pea milk. Then add a small banana for thickness, and a handful of berries and some other chopped fruit. Frozen works perfectly. We love strawberries, cherries and melon. Something green is good too, so if you're brave, a handful of chopped kale, or for a sweeter taste, try spinach. Then finally a spoonful of nut butter or yogurt for a protein boost. Whiz it all together, which takes seconds, and away you go, a healthy, low-sugar smoothie for breakfast on the go. 15. Bananas. Yes, bananas. We knew you'd be shocked by this one. As a food, bananas are actually pretty good. They're full of fiber that helps to look after a healthy, smooth-moving gut, and they're rich in micronutrients such as potassium, vitamin C, and antioxidants that help to promote a healthy immune system. But they're also fairly high in sugar, which, as we've learned from this list of bad breakfast choices, can cause blood sugar highs and lows, leading us into temptation to snack before lunchtime. Sugar is a type of carbohydrate, so eating bananas means eating a fair amount of carbs, with little good fats and practically no protein. So a simple banana for breakfast won't sustain you for long, and you'll be hungry in no time as they're not a complete food when eaten on their own. Try adding bananas to homemade smoothies or chopping them up and having them on wholemeal toast. Adding a thin spread of your favorite nut butter will add a nutritional hit of protein and healthy fats. So go bananas for bananas, just make sure you're eating them with something else to keep you full long into the morning. That was it for today, fans. I hope you do like our videos. Kindly like, subscribe and turn on the notification bell to keep up with updates. Thank you for watching and see you soon. Cheers!